Well, welcome back to Driveway. We are taking some more things apart on the Camry here. No clue what this is. Maybe some sort of intake silencer. Doesn't really look like it serves much of a purpose. So let's kind of clear it off. A little more room around here, up in here. Alright, so anyways, the plan for today is hooking up some sort of air intake system, if you haven't guessed that already. Now what I was waiting on was this nice piece of something. It's plastic. Says it's made by K&N, but this was a thing that I ordered from China. So it's either a Chinese ripoff or they liberated a truckload of K&N air filters. Either way, we got it for dirt cheap, and now we're just gonna have to figure out how to jam it somewhere up in here. Maybe like right in here. Then we can come directly off of that, out a hole in the fender here, and then run a hose up to the roof. So all in all, that should be pretty easy, pretty simple. We're just gonna have to find couplers and all that type of stuff to try to make this happen. So, yeah, that's a pretty big difference. So I guess I'm gonna have to go search around for some things and see what parts I have in the parts bin to get this thing going. Alright, so getting to this point was a little bit of a chore, trying to figure out bends and all that type of stuff, but I think we kind of got her squared away. We got all of our sensors drilled and shoved back in, so I think that's just gonna have to do it. It's like I did put a lot of PVC type of related stuff in there, but if nothing else, it works as a cheap mock-up for what we're doing here, but I guess that's probably just gonna have to do that. So now we're gonna have to get started on the actual snorkel section, and I've got to straighten the hose that I got for that, and then we'll be able to go from there. Although this was just a cut and jump style click, this took a lot of time. Alright, so let's move on. Alright, so it's probably time to unveil the snorkel tube. And here it is. Ta-da! Now essentially all that this is it is just, I'm stepping on stuff. It's basically just a spa hose made for running a hose in a spa. But for like a hot tub or something, for pumping water around. Now one of the nice things about it is it's flexible, but also keeps its shape. So essentially you have to heat up the whole thing. I dumped boiling water in it, makes it super flexible, and then I put it onto the car, and then as it kind of cools back down, thermoplastic style, it keeps, pull this guy back up. It's like it keeps a rough shape. kind of hard to see, but it keeps that rough shape kind of entered into memory. So that works out quite nice. I believe all I'm really going to do to hold this in place is I'm going to take some clamps and I'm just going to screw them into this thick rubber piece. And we'll be set. Alright, that's clamping there. Well, there we go. Nice simple little clamp like that. And it technically holds everything there. Probably have one more up here once I have a cap for the tube. Alright, so this is the concept that we're going with. The hood can open and close. This isn't too intrusive. It's minimally intrusive on the inside, so it's not going to hurt any view. So that's not too bad. I think it's to the point that I can go through, clean it up, hit it with some plastic adhesion promoter, and then spray on a little, probably this gunmetal color, and help it blend in a little better. Alright, so after some very long drying time for the paint for our tube there, threw a little cap up on top. Kind of turned it sideways so if water gets on the surface it can drain back out out of the pipe. Thought about doing different things with extra 90s or something, but it just kind of looked a little dorky. So this looks like it'll work pretty decent. It's just a cheap little cap. We'll see how it works. And then I've also got a lot of the wiring going down over here. So that will probably be picked up next episode. We'll get the stereo thrown in and finish up some of these wirings. Then we'll have probably a video making the little sub box. Then what else do I have? Pretty much nothing. So yeah, that'll be great. We'll get all that taken care of, and then we'll be able to take this thing out and see how it rolls. Anyways, thanks again for stopping by and watching. We'll have to see you again later.